Welcome to Convertabot Reviews. I'm your host, Convertabot, and the star of the show, or stars in this case, are the Transformers Legacy Gobot 3-pack, which it's a weird set because these are all repaints of existing figures, like quite literally Cosmos, Gears, Warpath molds, all done in a cheap-ass way for Hasbro to keep the trademarks on each of these names, which are Pathfinder, Smallfoot, and Treads. These aren't bad figures, it really comes down to the painting and sculpting on these figures. That's really going to determine whether or not I actually like them. And spoiler, I kinda do. Let's get into it.
Now each of these figures are repaints of existing molds, with Pathfinder being Cosmos, Treads being the, I believe, Kingdom or Siege Warpath mold, and then Smallfoot being the Gears mold from Legacy, the recent one, which is coincidentally the only figure I have of these three beforehand. Which I can definitely say for this mold in particular, I think I like Gears' look a lot better. This is basically the same color scheme as G2 Jazz, but done better, but I just think Gears has a better fit for it. Also gotta love the random bits of pink on the head for some reason. It's the only place on the figure. I don't know why.
Now you might be wondering, are these bad figures? No, they're not. They're actually really good. The deco works very well. Alright, some better than others. Alright, I think the yellow paint on the blue here comes off as a little green, but it's not the end of the world. However, I do like to point out that for basically these are just 3 repaints, $75, which is $25 each. So basically you're buying 3 deluxes retail price for this. Not the end of the world.
The posability on these guys is not much to write home about. If you've seen a standard Hasbro Deluxe class figure, this would look a lot familiar. In fact, the one that does have a lot to say about it is the Gears mold used for Littlefoot, Treadfoot, Pathfinder, whatever the heck he is. Point is, double jointed elbows and knees plus a butterfly joint makes it stand out from the others. You know these are deluxe class figures because they only come with 1 accessory each, mainly a blaster or in Tread's case, a shield. Pathfinder shares the same mold as Cosmos and thus gets his gun or the flag, but instead of the checkered colored flag here for the racing theme, you get a 80s grid looking thing on the flag. Looks like something out of Knight Rider or something like that. Either way, looks really nice. Cool part is you can at least turn the flag around to double as blaster. So yeah, it's not useless. I like it. Smallfoot comes with the same blaster that Gears comes with, except this one is done in silver. And yeah, still looks good. Still looks good. Not much to talk about here. Now, Treads is disappointing. He comes with a small plastic shield that can plug into his arm or his back. Fortunately though, his cannon can be extended in robot mode to actually have some use there. But overall, I would say accessory-wise, it's not a strong suit. With weapons in hand and pretty decent to actually excellent posability, these guys are pretty darn good so far. Though I will say this, they are not that big. So let's move on to size comparisons. Here we have the Gobot 3-pack next to Sirius, Armada Starscream, Shockwave, and my previous review, the Studio Series 112 Optimus Prime, and also next to Magnus and Shard, 2 other Gobots in the Legacy line. Though these are Rock Lords, they all fall under the same banner. Okay, with that out of the way, one more thing left to do. Let's get these guys into their vehicle modes. Cue the music. Quick and relatively painless transformations, though I will say this, Treads was a little fiddly, mainly trying to get everything connected. Not a fan of that, but hey, it still came together pretty well, and yeah, I like all three of these vehicle modes. Granted, I think Cosmos might be a little too tall, and I still don't like the paint scheme on Smallfoot, but hey, for what it's worth, all three of them work pretty dang well. Which is a good thing, because these guys are not that big. Well, I mean, considering they're based on mini-bots to begin with, yeah, the molds themselves are quite small. Here they are next to Magnus, Shard, Optimus, and Shockwave taking a faceplant.
Overall, I think all three of these figures work very well. I like the deco on them. Granted, I do have a few issues with the gears repaint, particularly the head sculpt doesn't work as much. I would have preferred if they added some gray or silver into it, just to break it up a little. But beyond that, all three are worth it. Not to mention, you don't have to go nuts for trying to find a Cosmos mold anymore. Granted, he's getting a package refresh anyway, so about damn time. Don't worry, I wasn't one of those people that bought scalped prices on eBay. I did that for Motormaster. Fuck Motormaster. Idiot. Either way, I'm Convertabot. That is Pathfinder, Smallfoot, and Treads. And yeah, I highly recommend this set. Definitely recommend picking it up, especially if you don't have these molds. Alright, all very solid, and all very good. Anywho, as for my next review, let's just say we're taking a blast from what got me into Transformers in the first place. Time to go galactic. Later.